Yo, what's good, y'all? We back with another NBA draft video. And in this video, we're going to be discussing one of the best shooters in college basketball this past season. And that guy is Duke's AJ Griffin Jr., son of former NBA player Adrian Griffin, who's currently an assistant coach in Toronto under Nick Nurse's staff. But anyways, back to talking about his son, because AJ had himself a solid season for the Blue Devils, averaged 10 points a night and 4 boards. And to be honest, if you were a stat watcher, you kind of would think, how is this guy going in the top 10? Because his stats are not mind-blowing at all. But to be honest, it's really an eye test thing with him, and that's where you can really see his potential. And not only that, those things make him a top 10 prospect, but what really makes him a top 10 prospect is his shooting ability, because he was one of the best, if not the best shooters in this draft class. Shot 49% from the field, 44% from 3. And the most impressive part was the fact that he shot almost 4 threes a game, and he knocked them down at that high of a rate. So at the NBA level, the very least he should be is a knockdown 3-point shooter. The question though that many NBA scouts have about AJ is, can he be a good shot creator at the next level? Because if he can, then it raises his ceiling a lot and he can become a star. But if he doesn't, then he's kind of floating in between that role player to high level role player kind of guy. And when it comes to shot creating, he kind of struggled with that at times. During his time with the Blue Devils, showed flashes of being a decent shot creator, but we'll see what happens with that. I don't think he's ready to take over major responsibilities yet for an NBA team, especially as a rookie like some of the other guys in this draft, like Jaden Ivey, Paolo Banchero, or Chet Holmgren are. But AJ should have a solidified role in whatever team and whatever offense he's playing in. Another positive about AJ Griffin as a prospect is he has an NBA ready body, and he should be able to handle the physicality of the next level with the way he's built for a 6'6" wing, especially at 18 years old, because he's one of the youngest players in this draft class, and that can be another positive because he has a lot of room to grow mentally and physically. So AJ Griffin, he has a lot of positives going his way, but now the thing that comes with AJ Griffin is he's a solid offensive player, but on the defensive end of things, he needs some work. Because on ball, AJ Griffin doesn't really move his feet well laterally, and that can be a big problem at the NBA level, especially at the position he plays, which will probably be a 2 or 3. He also got caught falling asleep a lot on defense off the ball, getting backdoor cut on by whoever his matchup was at times. But I do think he has potential to be a solid defender one day. I think because of his body and frame, he can definitely one day be a solid defender. But as of right now, AJ Griffin is not a plus defender, and it kind of segues into another weakness AJ Griffin has, and that's his quickness or explosiveness, because back to what I said before, he doesn't move his feet very well on defense, and partly because he's not that quick. The weird part though is he was more explosive back in high school than he was in college. So maybe it's just that he dealt with injuries back before season started with Duke and he never just recovered. But based off what we saw in college, it doesn't look like he'll ever be that guy that'll have that quick first step to blow by defenders and, that fast twitch movement kind of guy. I don't think we'll ever see that. Guys like, Zion, for example, who's 6'6", freak athlete, can move. He won't be that kind of guy. He'll just kind of be more on his feet, moving, playing within the game. Just smooth kind of game. Not really a lot of athleticism. I don't think we'll see that from AJ. But I do think he's a good prospect. I think he's a good prospect for an NBA team to invest in, just off the fact that he has the right tools to do so. He can shoot. And like I said before, if the shot creation ever becomes a real big factor, then that raises his ceiling. And he's one of those guys you invest in. You really invest in. And you see how far his potential can go. Because he can be a star or he can be a bench player that's a solid role player knocking down threes. So it kind of goes in between, and that's kind of why he's a top 10 prospect, because if you hit on the money with AJ Griffin, then it really is going to pay off. But if you don't, then it's not like you're missing out much, because he can still be a solid, important piece to an NBA team in my book. So either way, that's what makes AJ a solid NBA prospect, and that's why he has one of the highest upsides in this draft, because of the fact that he has those NBA tools, he has those NBA qualities, he knows what it takes in the NBA level, especially with a dad that played there. Wasn't a star, but he still knows what it takes to play in the NBA game. So when you combine all those things and you combine the fact that he's only 18, AJ Griffin is definitely a guy that if you have a top 10 pick, you should definitely have the chance. If you have the chance to draft him, then you should definitely take him. Anyways, that's going to do it. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Also follow me on Twitter and Instagram. Link will be down in the description below. This has been the Checkup, where we talk hoops and hoops only. And I'll see y'all in the next video. Peace.